How's your brain?
It's good.
Good. What are things that I can do to mess with you, or how am I going to ask some questions? One thing I'm probably going to do is I'll probably give you a line like 3y plus x equals 12. And then I'm going to say something like, find a line that is perpendicular to this line and goes through the points 1, 4. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
How do you do that? Let's talk about that. I'm actually giving you freebie hints here.
Okay. Well, that's the point it's going to cross at.
I know that's the point it's going to cross at, but I don't know the slope of that line. If I have the slope and a point, then I know how to get the equation.
So you need m.
I need m from here. So you solve for m over here.
Yeah.
Which I already did that once before. That would be y equals negative 1/3 x plus 4. That's just solving for y all by itself. What's the m?
So do you take
What's the m of this
1/3.
line?
Negative 1/3.
Negative 1/3. So what is the m of my perpendicular line? Coco?
3.
Positive 3. Exactly. Because you negative this, you reciprocate that. That gives you
to reciprocate.
negative to reciprocate. There we go. All right. You negative to reciprocate, and then you get positive 3. That will give you your slope. So basically, the equation, you can kind of like erase this and say, well, really what they're asking me is find an equation of a line that has m equals positive 3, and point goes through point 1, 4.
Okay.
And then you would use, the different techniques that I know that I've shown you before.
Yeah.
To recap, if I ask you to solve this simultaneous equation, I give you 2 lines. Okay. You can choose whether or not to use the addition method. You can choose whether or not to use the subtraction method. Personally, in addition to that, because on your test, I think that what I'm going to do is I'm giving you like 30, 40 question test, but I'm giving you like 4 hours or 3 hours or whatever. You'll have the time. I'm debating that, but I'm pretty sure that I'm going to give you more time than you need. What I would also do is I would graph those 2 lines. Really ugly graph.
Okay.
What I mean by ugly is you could graph it pretty if you wanted to. I'm just not requiring you to do it. And at least make sure that your answer lies in a ballpark area of what you originally thought it would, or what your graph is saying. Okay? That's another technique on what you guys speak. If I ask you to solve these simultaneous equations and the lines say, and the equation says something dumb like 0 equals 7 or 3 equals 4, what can you conclude about those 2 lines?
Parallel.
They're parallel, and they never touch, because 3 never equals 4.
Unless 3 equals 4.
Unless 3 equals 4. It's kind of like saying, that's going to happen when hell freezes over. Hell will never freeze over, so that will never happen. The math is literally making a joke like that. It's saying, that's going to happen when 3 equals 4. Ha figure that one out, right? And then I bet you, a lot of students are going to be like, when does 3 equal 4? And then, the math is sitting there whatever. All right. What happens if you're solving simultaneous equations and you get something true, like 1 equals 1?
It's parallel. No, perpendicular.
No.
It's not. They intersect.
They are parallel. They just happen to be the same line.
Oh, right.
One line and another line are parallel to each other.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I remember.
One line is parallel with itself. I guess that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, usually when we talk about parallel, we talk about 2 different lines. But technically, they both have the same slope, so they are parallel. What else can I give you? I'm going to give you stuff like, if you have 2 points, if I give you the point 3, 4, and 1, 2, figure out the equation, the y equals mx plus b, of that.
Oh.
That's pretty simple. It's not simple, but all right.
So that's 3, and that's 4.
Well, no, what's the m? The slope.
The slope.
How do I get from here to here? How much up do I have to go?
Across.
I got to go across how long?
You go up first, right? So up. 2
Up to, so I started here at 2, I gotta go up to 4, so I gotta go
up
up
to
to
across 4.
across
4.
Nope. I end at 3, I start at 1, so I gotta go across 2.
Oh, up to across 2. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
So my rise over run is 2 over 2, which is also known as 1.
Mhm.
So really what I'm asking is, what is the equation of a line that has a slope of m equals 1 and goes through one of these points? So now you have the slope and a point, and you can use the equation that I showed you.
Oh, okay. So you
See how this point slope equation actually comes into play? So if you don't know the point slope equation, learn that.
2
And I
equals
believe that
1
is
x
in
plus-
chapter 5. I believe in linear 5, I cover that in depth with you. Okay? I'll ask you a dumb question like, I'll give you an equation like this, 3y plus x equals 12, and I'll ask you for something like, find the equation of a line that goes through a point 3 comma 4. I'm making this up off the top of my head. 3 comma 4 that is parallel to this line. What would you do?
Not the same equation we just looked at a few minutes ago.
It's close. You would solve for the y equals mx plus b form.
Uh-huh.
You would get the slope on this thing, which we already confirmed as negative 1/3, right?
Yeah.
If it's parallel, that means you want a slope of what?
Either
You said
equals to 0 or
slope
equals to itself.
equals to itself.
Yeah.
So really what I'm asking you is, what is an equation of a line that has a slope of negative 1/3 and goes through that point? You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like by giving you the equation and telling you that it's parallel, I'm actually telling you the slope, but not directly telling you the slope.
Right.
Does that make
You
sense?
have to read into it.
And so I don't want you guys to do poorly on your midterm exam. So I want you to really dig into it as much as you can. I need to figure out exactly how I'm going to administer this exam, but I actually have it written up. It's actually a really good one. I'll give you a hint. I'll tell you straight up what I did. I looked through the ACT and the SAT. Those are tests that you're going to take in your junior year, and I know that you guys are thinking, dude, I'm a freshman. I found all the problems that have to do with lines that I think that you should be able to solve, and I made a test of them. I went through like 15 years of ACT tests and SAT tests. So if you guys want the answers, go and take the last 15 years ACT and SAT tests, and you guys can have all the answers.
The probability of us finding the same thing as you did is hard.
Yeah,
Pretty
there's a lot of that. Mr. Bell is a jerk, remember?
He tells us where to find it, but
Okay, anyway, I think I'm done. Press stop recording.